What is up, my friends, and welcome to episode 62 of Closet-chem's Age of Engineering series. How are you doing today? I'm just teaching my ME system to keep a certain amount of logic processors in stock at all times because I keep running out of these things and they take a little while to craft. So I've got a crafting card in this ME interface. I've got a storage bus on top so my system can actually see that I've got the ones in stock, otherwise it wouldn't be able to see them. And then this is just going to be making continuously calculator circuits until it gets 64, so you can see that they are slowly processing and working their way through the system. Now look at this, beautiful automation, beautiful automation. Now in terms of the recipe, I changed it, so this is now an enclosed system. So before I had the printed silicon in there, I've changed it, so I've just got a piece of silicon, a piece of redstone and the refined circuit board. So that is pretty good. That seems to be working okay now, because it was hanging because it was expecting to get that silicon back and it wasn't getting it back. So that was a bit of an issue for a little while, but now it seems to be fixed and all seems to be working. And I suppose I should tell you the reason that I'm doing that is because I need to upgrade my crafting storage, because my solar generator, my 4 solar generators that I need to make for my Mekanism thermal evaporation tower requires a lot more bytes than what I've actually got, so I'm going to upgrade these right now actually. So if we look at the 16k storage, which is this one, it takes the 16k storage components. I've made those, I just need to make some more crafting units, so I need to make like 4 of those. So let's see about this, shall we? Because, well, I might as well teach my system how to make this actually. Why don't we go here and then teach it how to make this in a normal crafting pattern. And then if I grab one of these, can I grab you? No, I can't grab you. I must not have enough stuff in stock. So let's put this in the system, and then we can order some of these guys, because we're going to need lots and lots of crafting storage going forward, I believe. So we might as well set our system to understand what the heck it's got to do with all this stuff. So here we go. That'll take a few minutes to craft, because I think there's a bit of a backlog over here, because what we've got is lots and lots of components getting crafted up. Yes. But we should be able to see that we've got those processors in stock now downstairs, so yes. How many have we got there? It says we've got 7, when in fact we've got 4. Yeah, that's probably right, it's probably used some. Yes. Okay, so that's going to take a little while for that to catch up anyway. So what we can do is actually we can hop over to the mining world and we can get some more of our machines laid down, because I've got pretty much all the machines that I need to get cracking on with the final part of our 5x oil processing from Mekanism. Now my lag's been fixed, which is really good. So if you go into your settings, into mod options, and then go into Minecraft Forge, and then config, and go to client settings, there's an option here called force threaded chunk rendering, and I think if you've got a processor that's got sort of a couple of cores, then you can use that and it'll boost your FPS quite a bit, and it seems to work really well. I mean, I used to get lag when I used to use my wrench, my NDIO wrench, and now I don't get nothing. Get nothing at all. So look, I can see through my things and it doesn't lag out. And all these Mekanism machines are actually switched on now as well, which is really good, so I don't have to turn this off anymore. So if we go and look over at where we're going to produce our hydrogen chloride, and we'll start with that first, because that's all laid out here. So I've run in pretty much everything that I need to run in. All I really need to do is to lay the machines down, and it should all start working without any hassle. So what we need first is a couple of electrolytic separators. And I think I'm going to sit them down like this way around, and so the hydrogen should come out of that way, so that's fine. And then another one here, like that. So this is an electrolytic separator, good. Actually this one needs to go, yeah, that one needs to go around the other way, because that's like, needs to be like the same orientation as this one. So let's just reverse this guy around. And what I'll have to do is to run the water around the other side. I'll do that in a sec. So the hydrogen needs to be pumped into a couple of chemical infusers, which is going to go here and here. So you can see that I've done all of the hard work. Chemical infuser 1 and chemical infuser 2, you can go there and there. So I think if I put it around this way, that should be okay. So then we can run in the, what is this, pressurized pipe. Let's get some pressurized pipe, have that coming into there. That should start getting the hydrogen. So then what we need to do is to get the brine to be pumped into a couple of electrolytic separators, which are going to go here. So is this a separator? That's a separator. So these can go round that way, I think. So the brine will come in and it'll get separated into chlorine and sodium, which part of which will go into there for the creative vending upgrade, and the other part will go into there, which is going to make hydrogen chloride. So I think we're good to go. And what we need to do next is to probably. So I've built this. I built this thing, and the pipes don't seem to want to attach to it, which is a bit annoying. I'm not quite sure. I think once I build the multi-block structure, though, it should register as a machine that can connect fluids, and it will work. So this is just a 4x4 base with which is like 6 high if you include these ones at the top here. And then what's going to happen is our advanced solar generator is going to go in these 4 corners, and then that will start making brine for us once we get the water in there somehow. And then we'll hook it up to there, and it will get pumped underground. So we're kind of waiting for that. But what else can we do? We can put these guys down. So these are going to be purification chambers over here. Let's turn this junk off. So purification chambers are going to go here. And then the crushing factories are going to go here. I haven't done the power for these yet. I should have done that. It was very bad of me. I'll do that between cuts, I think. So purifying factory number 1 is going to go here. So we'll put him on there. Excellent. And then the crushing factory is going to go whereabouts? This one. Crushing factory numero 2, and then that's going to come out of there and go into that one, I think. So then we'll set this one up exactly the same. So that's going to go purifying factory, and then crushing factory, and I need to set the IO on these as well. So crushing factory there. Good. So that's all the machines done, I think. I don't think we can do any more in terms of machines. Oh, actually, what's this over here? This needs to be another separator. And my other chemical infuser as well. So, I'm wondering if the chemical infuser needs the hydrogen to go into a specific direction. I think it might just be okay to be to have it in either side. Maybe, I'm not sure. So that can go like that. What's that going into there now? That's hydrogen. Oh, it's getting the water. It's getting the water from the back. That's really good. So the hydrogen is going in. Excellent. That's made it a lot easier for me. Good. So the brine needs to come into the front of these separators, or it can come into the back. So depending on which side the brine comes out, I'll rotate that round closer to the time. So here we go. Let's get this final electrolytic separator down and have him there. And we'll have to rotate him around like this. That'll be good. Okay. So now all we need to do is to get our brine production going. Yes. So let's see about these. Well, we can't see about the solar generators. We need to go back home and we need to get our crafting storage sorted out, because we haven't got enough capacity to make these advanced solars yet. So by now, everything should have processed, and our machines will have hopefully caught up and made us quite a lot of processes to keep in stock. Looks like it's kind of jammed up. What's the crack? Why are you not processing? Is something jammed up? Nothing's jammed up. It should be working. It's quite strange. I wonder if we've run out of silicon, maybe. Maybe we've run out of silicon, because I'm not sure if I've got this set up like properly. So these should be getting. Yeah, these are the ones that are making silicon for us. And it should be. That should all be working. I can't really get into those. So the silicon should be able to be made. Yep, silicon's made. I don't know. I don't know why that's not crafting. Maybe you've seen something that I haven't, and you can tell me why they're not crafting when they should be. I don't know. Leave me a comment and let me know. So what we need to do is we need to go and finish off these storage upgrades, don't we? So let's say crafting storage. We've got 4, so we need to get these 16K ones. And if let's just make a pattern for these. 16K crafted storage. There we go. So now we can order those if we put that in the right place over here. We're almost out of space once more in our molecular assemblers, which is a bit worrying. I mean, look at all this junk that we've got in here. It's ridiculous. So 16K crafting storage. Give me 4 more of those. Yes, we're having a big problem with redstone ingots. Big problem with redstone ingots, I think, because these aren't. Hang on a minute. Small stone. Why is small stone not coming out? So the thing is, what I've got here is I've got a level emitter to keep a certain amount of redstone in stock, and it only switches on the export bus when that goes off. So basically, it just makes this machine run whenever we run out of redstone. So I can actually increase this to I don't know. Let's put a few hundred in stock. Then that'll at least drain out that small stone. So yes. The trouble is it produces more small stone than it does redstone. And so it gets clogged up. Maybe I can just have a trash can for the small stone. But then these are funny about where they export to, so I'll have a think about it. I probably need to put some kind of automation around that. Maybe we need some speed upgrades on this guy here. Let's see about some speed upgrades. So some of these ones, let's whack a full 15 on there. That should keep those empty. Yeah, that'll probably fix it actually. That'll stop the small stone from backing up, I think. And then that'll work in terms of keeping a certain amount of redstone in stock. So let's round this off. Let's round this off to 500 of those in stock at all times. And then that'll mean that we never really run out, won't it? That'll be fine. And then how's this doing? This is continually being sorted out, so that's fine. So how much redstone have we got in stock now? Let's have a look at these redstone ingots. It's slowly going up. How much do we need again? What was the what did it say that we needed to make 4 of these? Oh, we've got the stuff now. Look, our circuits suddenly kicked into life and then sort of jammed up our crafting system. So these are all being made. So it's going to take a little while for those to clear out, and they must be going in stock now. I don't know why they weren't crafting earlier. Right, well let's do this and let's make another processor. I mean, yeah, we're going to need another one, aren't we? Yeah, these are both making circuits, both occupied making circuits. So let's make another crafting co-processing unit, and then that will solve the problem, hopefully. So let's get one of these. That's good. And let's get a couple of these. And then we can put those there. And then those there. So if we get 3, that should be sufficient for us to build another CPU. And I've just realised that I could have just crafted that by hand instead of relying on my ME system to do it for me. So have we got any channels on this one? We have. It's getting a bit cramped down here. I need to kind of create an off-world brain, I think, for this. So I've got 23 on this one. Now I thought that these were full, but I think because I've moved this one off, I sort of kind of just dropped a line down here for this bank of molecular assemblers and ME interfaces. So I think if I'm just going to put this here for the moment because I need to get cracking on. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time. So let's get this like that. So that should be okay now. And if we sort of get rid of that a little bit. Now, have I got some cable? Because I need to connect this up. And I'm going to have to think of somewhere better to put this. What's this? Yellow. I've got orange there. Let me grab that one. Nice. And maybe we could just go like underneath here. Okay, that's good. That's good. That should be online now, I think. So now, can we make these solar generators? Because this is getting ridiculous. Can we make now 4 of these? Now we've got a bit more storage. Look at all this stuff. So I set some void crystal blocks crafting earlier because I knew that it was going to be the bit that took the time. So let's start. Nice. Here we go. So they're going to craft, and then whilst that's doing that, because I thought that this might also be a problem, and I think it is going to become a problem pretty soon. We're running out of types on our ME drive, so I think I'm going to quickly knock up another ME drive. I don't think I've got this one down here as well. Now, what's this? How's this doing? Yeah, we're running out of... Not necessarily running out of bytes, but we're running out of types. And the trouble is, because there's so many blocks in this mod, and I'm probably not making that very good for myself by having lots of these types of things, these sort of custom little blocks. And I've also got all of these letters that I use to put on the side of the space shuttle as well, and all of these little, and I think these are all classed as one type each. So maybe a good idea would be to clear out a lot of this junk, and just have those in a, I don't know, in a storage bin somewhere else. All of the chiseled bits. All right, there goes our last few bits of automation. So now we have the 4 advanced solar generators, which are really freaking expensive. But hopefully they're going to be worth it. They're going to, maybe they'll pay for themselves. I don't know. But this has been a good experience setting all this stuff up. It's good to get a bit of experience, I think, with Mekanism. Anyway, it's nice to muck about with a mod that I've not really played with much. So let's get these solars out of stock, and they don't stack, which is a bit of a bitch, but never mind. So they can all come out. And let's do this one, and this one. Now these things are pretty big. They're nice looking machines actually, aren't they? Look at that. Hover mode enabled. Nice. Come around this way and put this one down. Like there, and then there. And then the multi-blocks completed because it's all lit up now. Look at this. Multi-block formed, so it's already getting some temperature, which is nice. And I wonder if these are now connected. Are you now going to connect? Let me talk to you, please. Please connect. Yes, nice. I thought that's what would happen. For some reason it didn't want to connect before. So that should now be getting water in. And then water in. Okay. Now, we should be getting some sort of brine in here. What's this? Brine, yeah, it's pretty quick actually. The water is running at a... not at a loss, it's just sort of filling up quite slowly. But it's getting there. And the temperature is slowly creeping up. Right, so in terms of how much we actually need, I don't know is the short answer. But what I want to get is probably... a Mekanism tank to go here. So if we look at Mekanism, it's called dynamic tank, I think. So we need a couple of these valves, some of these, and I think we might already have some of these sort of knocking about. So let's look and see what we've got in stock. Because I would like to get a backlog of brine, so I've got some dynamic valves in stock. Let's chuck some of this crap in here. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of the buckets. Let's get our module back because I didn't mean to do that. Module, thank you. And then let's go and get the rest of the dynamic bits we need. So we've got 3. So we need some stuff called structural glass as well for this. Structural glass, yes, good. So these can be, I think these can be massive, these things. I don't think there's really a limit. It might be like a 64 by 64 is the biggest you can make one of these dynamic tanks. They can be absolutely huge, but I'm just going to do like a 3 by 3 out of this. Then I think you need I'm not quite sure what you need, to be honest, but let's make a handful of these guys. Let's grab like 20 of those. That should be plenty. So let's go like this, and then we need a valve like there, and then probably one on this side as well, and then we can put a couple of bits of structural glass like there and there. And I think the rule is that all of the like the frame, so the sides, the top, and the bottom, it has to be the actual blocks, and then that should form. Yeah, cool, it's formed. So it's got no fluid in it right now, but if we get some of this pressurized conduit and run it up to here, have that one as insert, and then we'll need to go like that on there, and then we'll set this one to extract always active. Then that should start filling up with brine. Nice. So that's got a massive capacity, that tank, and it's got quite a nice little visual effect on it as well. So I'll have a structural tower over there. Now I'm wondering actually if I just want to go ahead and just order those advanced solar generators now, because they're going to take a freaking age to craft, and I don't even think I'm missing some sand. I'm missing sand. Got 517 sand available. Never thought I'd ever be short on, and we're short of cadmium as well. So maybe we'll hold off on that for the moment. The thing is, we're voiding stuff actually at the minute, which is probably not a good idea. Right, let's get this set to extract always active. Now that brine's going to quickly go across. It's going to start going into here. We need to hook this up. So sodium and chlorine. So the chlorine is what we want, and we want it to come out the other side of where it's coming out right now. So let's turn this guy around like that. I think that's right. And then we probably want this one facing the same way. So this one's got the sodium on that side, the chlorine on that side, sodium on that side. But that's when you're facing this way, isn't it? So chlorine there, and then sodium this way. So if we get some of this stuff, now where's our gas pipe gone? Pressurized gas pipe. Some of this one. So this should fill up with something that is white, okay? Which is so the basic pressurized tube needs to come out of here. So the white stuff, that's good. And then we want this one facing the same way, so that should fill up with white as well. So then that should be getting, if we set this configuration up properly. So let's set this up for gases. So where's the gases gone? Gases, that one. So we need to set it to input on green. Nice. So is that's a sodium. Yes. So it is sodium, isn't it, that we need? Yes, it is sodium. So maybe we should move this one around. Let's move this and let's put him there, so it's at least it's symmetrical. There we go. Let's switch back to gases. Gases in on green. So sodium as a byproduct, very, very good. And then the final step of the puzzle will be complete when we put the chlorine into there, because that's going to make us hydrogen goddamn chloride. Look at this. So that's getting pumped out straight away down here, which is now going to come across and into here. These guys, see the hydrogen chloride's going in there. This is getting us copper shards. Nice. And the usage on copper shards is in the old purification chamber. So these will now get taken out on purple and then come over to here and get inserted into here on purple once I set up the config on those. So let's see about this. Insert on purple, good. And then configure items, input, configure items, input. So are you going to be getting the stuff? You don't look like you're getting the stuff yet, but maybe I haven't got these set to extract. Have I got this set to items? Yes. Yes and yes. Did I have you on items? Yes and yes. Is this going the right way? So let's just trace this. Figure out what's going on here. So that's got it, got it, got it, got it. All the way along, round to here. And you're going up to there. So why are you not working, my friend? You're on there, and you are always active. Yes. Maybe we just need to item eject on. Still not coming out. Now there is one thing actually that I've forgotten to do, and that is to put some oxygen coming into this guy, and we need to get that from probably another electrolytic separator, which I'm going to put like, well, the water needs to come in, doesn't it? Water needs to come in, so if we have it facing this, if we just have it not there, if we just have it here, then we can put some power up from this. So let's grab some power stuff from here. So if the power comes from there, so then if we get another electrolytic separator, now we're going to have to get a reservoir as well to give it some water. But I mean, this shouldn't be too bad. We just need another one of those cores. So let's grab one more of those. That'll craft in a couple of seconds. So we should be good to go once that's done. Is it done? So if we switch back and then grab this guy, that can come off and go there. Now the oxygen that this is going to make, I did plan to pump the oxygen from over here because we've got oxygen that's been vented over here, but I don't really want to run cable all the way over here, so it's probably just, these machines are fairly cheap anyway, and we only need to pump water into it, so we're going to have it coming out of that way, I believe, and then probably just need some pressurized conduit coming onto it, which can go down here like that, and then we'll just figure out a water situation. So let's have him, just need to get off, stop doing that, right. Get down to here, yes, and then we'll just have a reservoir like here. We've got quite a few reservoirs dotted about, but I don't really want to run cable all over the place. Reservoirs are fairly cheap anyway, aren't they? Just a cauldron, and I think you get 4 from each craft, which is pretty good. Pretty good stuff, right? So the reservoir can go there, nice, and then we just need a couple of water buckets. So let's get 2 water buckets, one there, and let's bring this one down like that. 1 and then 2. And we'll grab our wrench, and we'll grab our configurator as well because we're going to need that. And we'll just drain on that one. Then this should start making the oxygen. Good. We need to grab, is this conduit? Yes, lovely. So conduit can go there, that tidies that up a little bit. And then we just need to get the basic pressurized tube and wang the oxygen into these guys. Now, is this working now? It is. Excellent. So that's making the clumps, which is good. And this one needs to be auto sort as well. So that's going to really struggle with the oxygen, I think. Going to really struggle with the oxygen, but we can overclock it, or not overclock it, but put some upgrades on it. So we've probably got upgrades in stock, so I removed all of the upgrades from our machines when they were lagging out, but the upgrades now seem to be perfectly fine with these. Obviously if this starts lagging out now, then I'll remove them, but what we can do is we can put these energy upgrades in there as well. That'll stop it from going too crazy. So this seems to have stopped. Oh, it's stopped because it's run out of oxygen. Okay, we need to vent that one. Nice. So it's got the speed, we need to give it the energy upgrades, otherwise it's going to kill the power. So that's doing well. That's making us gold clumps. Now the gold clumps come out of here, always active, and then into here. And that needs to go on insert. So probably need to configure these as well. What have we got for items? So output and then input. So that's going to start making those. That's going to crush them up into dirty dust. Nice. So this one's going to be input as well. And then this one is going to be output. And then we just need to copy the settings from this one to that one. And copy the settings from this one to that one. And that should kick into life as well. Auto sort. Auto sort. Yes, look at all this. Oh, it's going very, very well. So we just need to extract on here as well. So let's have this set to blue on this one. And then let's have these guys set to like this. So that's going to extract on brown, always active. That's then going to turn that dirty dust into clean dust, hopefully. Yes, which then comes into here, iron dust, and should get us lots and lots of delightful ingots. Fantastic. Right, so let's just get this last one set up. Extract on brown, always active, and then insert into here, and this guy should get the stuff as well. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think we're done. Are we done? So that is making a significant amount of struggling for the chlorine. Struggling for the chlorine, and it's struggling for the brine. So the brine is what it seems to be holding this up. Yes. Not much brine going on here, is there? So it's producing 2.8 millibuckets per tick of brine in this tower, and I think if we increase the height, then that will increase the temperature, which will increase the throughput. So we can make these pretty big, make them pretty tall, but you can also make them underground as well. So you can sort of dig down, which I don't know, I might want them a bit bigger. I might want it taller. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, because this is full up with hydrogen chloride and it's not really struggling. How's this doing? It's got lots and lots of copper slurry at the minute. Lots and lots of copper slurry that it's processing. The osmium ore, how is this doing? These are half full. What about this? We've got a big backlog of stuff in here. Big backlog. So these don't seem to be running. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. So this one's got lead in it. Lead. So lead's going in there. Clean lead slurry, and then so these are the slow ones, these crystallizers. So let's speed these up. I've got some more speed upgrades. Let's get some more energy upgrades. Let's get some more of these on craft. Let's craft another 100 of those. And then let's get some more speed upgrades as well. Bosh. Just feels good to just be able to say, yeah, just give me 100 speed upgrades. No worries. Let's chuck some of these buckets and crap back in there. Okay, so energy upgrades on these two. Nice. And we'll probably put the speed upgrades on here as well once these have gone in. Now don't forget, once we've got our osmium slurry sorted out, then we can put another one of these chemical crystallizers there. And that'll be fine. Let's have a look at our power situation. How are we doing? Because this is probably... Are we doing okay? We are doing pretty good, actually. What are these guys? These are full up. Full up? How can they be full up? Everything's on. These gas burning generators are pretty OP, aren't they? And the ethylene production, full, 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 empty on there, and a little bit left in that one. And what's it sort of doing? Is it sitting at a loss? It's kind of sitting at a loss. But don't forget, we're not going to be processing. Not going to be processing ores like constantly, because there'll just be bits and pieces coming through here. So let's see about these, and let's get these upgrades in there. Let's get those in. We'll see how much that affects this. So they're pretty quick now. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? Why is this not extracting now? Something else backed up over here. I can't go into here because it's got lead crystals and a full stack of copper crystals in there. So these are pretty slow as well. So let's upgrade these at the same time. Why not? Let's get some more energy and some more speed. Nice. And we'll put the energy ones in first. So let's put 8 in there, and then we'll put the thingy ones in there. So you can get gas efficiency upgrades as well, actually, for these, which prevent the machine from using so much gas. So increases the efficiency of gas using machinery. So maybe we can get what are we missing? Just enriched alloys. So let's get some enriched alloys. Let's get 100 of those on craft. So that should increase, or sorry, that should decrease the amount of hydrogen chloride that we use, which, yeah, is running low, isn't it? It's running a bit low. And then we could probably put those gas upgrades in here as well, in the electrolytic separator. Does this accept? Do you accept gas upgrades? Muffling ones? No, that doesn't accept the gas ones. What about this one? Do you accept gas ones? No, so it's really the brine that's hurting us at the moment. So if we can make that hydrogen chloride consumption a bit less, then that is going to help out, I think. Okay, so I'm going to continue mucking about with this, tweaking this to its full potential, I think. But it's a lot of fun mucking about with this, trying to balance all this stuff out. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and the last 4 episodes really, where we've been looking at Mekanism stuff. Hope it's been interesting. Not seen that many people do it on Let's Plays, so I really wanted to do it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, then please leave a like and a comment, and I will see you guys, of course, next time.